it is very important to mention from the beginning that when sovereign and independent states, they decide themselves about where they belong, with whom, and we have seen it in Ukraine. It's important to know that it's not the neighborhood or the region deciding that. Why do I say this? Because we in Kosovo strongly believe that we are ready and we are prepared to go in this journey. We have applied last December for the membership. That means that we are waiting for the next step from the side of the European Union, and we are very optimistic that this will happen soon. It must happen soon, because...
You are basing your optimism on what?
On the European idea and on the internal developments of Kosovo itself. Because this should be the first measure how to judge about countries and how ready they are to fulfill. You spoke about 40 priorities, and Kosovo is prepared and ready to undertake what is important and what is necessary so that we can join the European family. But I think there are 4 questions that we need to answer when it's about the integration of the Western Balkan in the European Union. The first question is where? This is the European Union. What is the European Union? Yes, it is an economic union as well, but in first place it is a union, a political one, based on values and principles. On rule of law, open democracies, transparent political systems, in respecting human and minority rights, etc., etc. This is where. The question when, one answer was given yesterday, and I tend to take this answer very seriously, because 2030 is a goal with which we can work. We can prepare so that 2030, when the European Union is ready for that and does not change again the date, then we should be prepared as well. I understand that this is not a one-way street. The next question is who? I believe that in the European Union are belonging states that are ready to identify themselves with the values and principles that are the fundaments of the European Union. And the last question for me is the why. Why in the European Union? When we see that just as a source for getting more funds, financing and money, then I think this is that the European Union is the wrong place to go. If we are serious about wanting for our citizens a European Union as it is now, and not to go inside and try to change the European Union from inside, then we need to be clear about our motivation why we want to join the European Union. So that's why for me is very important this feeling of governments and people, the feeling of belonging to the European Union. And this will become very crucial the more we come near to the year 2030, when we need to be ready to join the European Union. So we should not underestimate one second aspect. It is political union, economy, this is the European Union, but at the same time, we have security challenges in our region. So that's why we ask our partners to think this in a double, in a parallel system. One side coming near to the European Union, and on the other side, making steps towards NATO for those who want and are still not member of NATO, so that security and economic development and political belonging go hand in hand.
Minister, just what does it mean? I have to ask this question because I'm interested in your answer. What does this date mean for the dialogue?
It depends not only
Is
on
this
Kosovo.
is this also a date when the dialogue will finally bring results?
I believe that we have good chances to achieve success in the dialogue even much earlier than that. And we are committed to work on that. The Prime Minister has yesterday from here mentioned the next spring. So let us work on that.
Miroslav, you agree?
I fully agree. We know what needs to be done. We have agreements from February and from March, and they can be implemented. Yes. There is political will and commitment within a month.
Maybe just
several months. So
Ivica, do you think next spring? But quickly.
Prvo da mi neko odgovori šta je sa prethodnim sporazumom.
Well, firstly, I would like for someone to answer me what happened with the previous agreement.
Koji sam potpisao pre 10 godina sa Catherine Ashton i Hašimom Tači.
I signed 10 years ago with Catherine Ashton
Šta
and
se dešava s tim?
What happened with that?
Ili to ne važi?
Or that is no longer valid.
Evo tu je Lajček, neka kaže.
Here, Lajček is here.
Učestvovao je u
Maybe he could
svemu
say
tome.
he participated in all of this.
Okay, Miroslav, yeah.
Yes, Article 10 of our agreement says that all past agreements must be fully implemented.
Okay, now we know that. Is next spring a viable date to actually achieve something substantial in dialogue? But quickly, please.
Taj dijalog je, kao što znate, to nije dijalog o statusu, to je dijalog o normalizaciji.
As you know, this is not a dialogue on status, but on normalization.
Naš svaki dogovor sa Prištinom je bio statusno neutralan.
And all of our agreements with Pristina was statusly neutral.
Možete vi da se smijete koliko hoćete neki u publici ovdje.
And you can laugh
Niste vi
all you
živjeli
want.
na Marsu, nego ste živjeli u Jugoslaviji.
In the
I
audience.
znate dobro da je u Jugoslaviji bilo 6 republika.
You did not live on Mars. You used to live in Yugoslavia, and all of you
Ivica,
well
Ivica.
know that Yugoslavia had 6
Ne
republics.
pričamo, znači, zavisi šta hoćete da kažete o dijalogu.
Depends on
Dijalog
what
o
you want to
normalizaciji
say on
ili dijalog o statusu.
dialogue on normalization of the
Mi
relations
hoćemo-
or dialogue on status.
Što se tiče nas, mi smo konstruktivni i hoćemo da učestvujemo.
When it comes to us, we are constructive and we want to
Ali
participate.
prvo zajednica srpskih opština. Prije toga ništa dalje ne može.
The Association of Serbian Municipalities
Nešto što je
needs to be
potpisano pre 10 godina.
first, and then afterwards we can talk. Something that was
To
signed
će se
10
više
years
izbjegavati.
ago.
Okay,
Well,
Ivica.
how long can we wait more?
understand. So maybe next spring it's it's going to be difficult to achieve. Donika, please.
But it's worth to try it. As you see, it's difficult. Because if you look for reasons why not to move, you can always find. The bad weather today could be a reason why we should not have this discussion today here. But if you want to overcome the challenges, then we are able to do that.
Thank
And
you.
we are ready to do that.
Okay. No, you can, if you want. You can
Maybe one last thing about the different speeds of the European Union. I know that this is not a new discussion. It comes from time to time. It is the discussion inside the European Union and now with the integration of the Western Balkans as well. I really believe that if the European Union is serious about understanding not only the chances for the Western Balkans when we enter the European Union, but at the same time the benefits that the European Union would gain from democratic countries, from Western Balkan as being part of the European Union, then if we change a little bit, shift a little bit our mindset, both sides, then I really believe that this can become a fast and a good success story. But we need on both sides to work on that. No second-class European Union membership, full membership for democratic states who are prepared to join the European Union.
Thank you very much, Minister. Okay.